Go.
You didn't have to scream it. Anyways, that doesn't matter. Okay, so I'm about to interview Rebecca Donovan. She's one of my favorite authors, and yeah, I'm excited, kind of nervous. Okay, it's 7:01.
Well, see how you can
Mom, stop freaking out. Oh my god.
You're being videoed.
Hi. Good, how are you?
Good. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Good. Alright, well.
So glad I got to help you with this.
Yeah, thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
No big deal. Good. So you're due at the end of the month, so you have plenty of time to mess around with it, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. However you want to start, it's you.
Okay. Well, first question. Where did you get your inspiration or your idea to write the breathing series from?
Well, I wrote it in the middle of the winter. I was in between jobs, so I had a lot of time in my hands. And I had worked in human services with teenagers out of college. I have a degree in psychology. So I already had the background of working with troubled kids. And then I have insomnia, like crazy insomnia. My brain just doesn't know how to shut up. So I have a hard time closing it down at night. So I tried to force a dream so I could fall asleep. And it really started with this scene between a guy and a girl in an art room, and they were fighting over something, and I didn't know what. And it was interesting enough that I actually tried to create the story around it. And it's 4 in the morning, and I'm excited over a story, and I'm not going to sleep. So I decided to outline and bullet it. And then I took a chance to write it. But that's really where it came from. So it's a little strange story.
Wow, that's awesome though. That's so cool. Okay, next question. What obstacles in life did you have to overcome in order to get to the point where you are now?
I think the biggest thing is taking chances of yourself, taking chances of your career. What I started in with a degree in psychology to where I ended up being an author, they're completely different realms of where I was. And in between that, I was a wedding planner. So, it's just going with where my heart went, and going through it and trying to figure out who I am and what made me, what I was passionate about, and just excelling at it.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Okay, next question. When did you decide to become a writer, and what was your reason for deciding this?
Well, I've always written, so I always considered myself a writer. The moment I became an author is the moment someone wanted to read what I wrote. So I've always journaled it, notebooks upon notebooks and journals. I just never did anything with them. I never created anything. It's just taking that chance that, as I said, that winter when I was, not wanting to go outside. I was out between jobs and work, and I just decided to try it. I didn't, at the time, didn't think I was going to become an author with it. I was just doing something because it called to me. Then I just had everyone in the world read it and say, okay, what do you think? What do you think? I really handed it off to 20 different people. People I knew, people I didn't know. I said, what do you think of this story? What do you think of this story? And their confidence in me and my ability, their wanting more, made me realize, oh gosh, I can do this. I can really do this.
Okay, that's cool. Okay, so you said that everyone being confident in you is kind of the reason why or whatever. So would you say that the people around you have been really supportive of your decision in becoming an author?
Yeah, I didn't just quit my job and try to do it. I still had to work full-time for the first 2 books. So for Reason Breathing and Barely Breathing, I was still working, anywhere from 40 to 70 hours a week, trying to write a book in between.
Mm-hmm.
So it wasn't until they knew that there was success going to come from it. They were supportive of it, they loved it, and whatever would come from it. But I think if I just quit and say, hey, I want to become a writer.
Right.
Because you have to have, some sort of stability, something to pay the bills while you're trying to get discovered or trying to publish on your own. So, they've all been very supportive. I have a great network of friends and family that are very encouraging.
That's awesome. Okay, in the Breathing series, is there any character that you identify with, and if not, which one would you say that you're most alike?
I have a lot of Emma-isms. I kind of went back to my high school years, and I kind of, developed it from there. So, I was an athlete. I did well in school, not as well as Emma, but I did well in school. But I also had a spontaneity and the kind of that sarcasm that Sarah has. So I kind of took a little bit of each of those characters and combined it. I took pieces of myself. I always find that if I can relate to it, if I can find myself in each of my characters, it's easier for me to write them. For example, with What If, the newest book, it was written from Cal's point of view. He was a 20-year-old college guy. It was really hard for me to write because I hadn't found that way to connect him, so I really wanted to sound like a guy. Then I made him sarcastic, and that's where I kind of came in. And so if I pepper a little bit of myself into them, my friends, when they read my books, they can, especially with the reason to read my friends, like, this is your voice, this is you. Yeah. So they really, it comes through in that way.
That's really cool. It's like you living through your characters, kind of, in the book. That's awesome.
Yeah, their experiences are their experiences, but, emotion, like anything that Emma would feel, I thought about how I would feel.
Right.
And how I would react. And I just made it true to my own personal feelings. So if I found myself in that situation, or I found myself with that person in my, that guy or whatever, how would I react? And so I made her personality kind of true to my own as far as her reactions. So that made it easier for me to write. It was very intuitive that way.
Mm-hmm. Gotcha. Next question. What advice would you give a teenager who's about to graduate high school and enter the real world?
The real world. It makes it sound like a big, scary monster, right? Well, I just think part of it is just enjoying life, though, still, and just, taking it moment by moment, and don't be too in a rush to grow up. Like, you still have so much ahead of you, and in these moments, and, you have the 4 years of high school, and then you have the 4 years of college if you choose to do that are the most formative years of your life. You're going to, for the rest of your life, you're going to go back and look back at them. Like we do with these books, that's why they're so popular, is everyone's been there, or they're going through it. And so know that when you're going on, and if you go on to college, these 4 years you're never going to have them back. So just do everything you want to do it right. And I can say that try not to put pressure on yourself to be anyone other than who you are all the way through, because there's going to be pressures. There's going to be pressures from friends and family and teachers, but just, it's a time to actually take time to get to know who you are and, and live that life. And above all else, be a good person. There's going to be so many doors that open to you for you if you're just a good human being. And, the rest of it you'll figure out as time goes on.
That actually, that answer really helped me out a lot right in this very moment, because there are some things that I'm going through that just really helped me. So thank you for that.
Yay.
Okay. Next question. What is a quote that you live by?
The quote I live by, I quoted a bunch, and I've actually misquoted who said it so many times, was live by others' mistakes because you won't live long enough to make them all yourself.
I love that.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Yeah, I like it too.
If you could have 3 wishes, what would they be?
3 wishes. Number 1 would be that I always have a story to share. Number 2, that no child would ever fear being harmed, especially by someone they love. And number 3, that everyone would receive the one thing that they need the most. So, not want, but need the most.
travel anywhere in the world, where would you go and why?
Well, I think because it's one of those trips that's like kind of a once in a lifetime trip. I definitely want to go to Africa.
Mm.
I want to do safari. I want to go hiking. I want to go whitewater rafting. I want to do everything that's kind of been there, done that. Don't need to go back.
Right.
You know? Because other countries I can see going back and wanting to visit again. Like I've been to the UK a couple times and been to France and I can't wait to go back and all that, so there's different areas of the world that I can definitely see wanting to see again.
Mm-hmm.
But I think Africa's one of those, okay, let's go, let's do it, and check it off the list. So I think that's the one I'd say.
Okay. That's adventurous. That would be fun.
Yeah.
I've always wanted to go to France, but haven't been there yet. Hopefully I'll get there one
I
day.
just went, believe me, it's depending on where you are, what your job is, but I just went for the first time last year. And it was really pretty, but again, it's a big country. It's like the size of Texas, and, so it's hard to, I say start here. Like, I've seen almost all of the United States, so start with your own country, just do road trips, and just, they're so different within your own country. So, it's fun.
Alright, next question. What is your biggest fear?
My biggest fear is insignificance. I want to leave this world better than I found it, even in the smallest way. So I don't want my life to be insignificant.
Wow. Gosh, that's so deep.
I know, now so much pressure, but even if it's just the smallest things, even if it's just helping a friend or helping a person, you start so small, and in that is that ripple effect, but just doing something significant.
That's amazing. Next question. What was the biggest lesson that you've learned in life?
That biggest lesson I've learned is your choices are your own, no matter what your background is, where you came from, what your upbringing is. You are responsible for yourself always. So others may influence you. Others may, they may get a reaction out of you emotionally because of how they treat you or how you act, but you are always in control of you, always. And so those choices are, it's that moment of, it's taking accountability. Sometimes it's the hardest thing in the world to say to someone, I'm sorry, and really truly mean it. It just means that you did something wrong. But it's also this really freeing thing because you're making that choice because you recognize what you've done. And then it just kind of steers you in different ways in life because you're more cognizant of those choices you're making as you're making them. It took me a long time to figure that out. But if you can figure it out early, you got it made.
Yeah, I'm figuring that out right now. Again, that answer was really helpful in my life right now. Okay, last question. What is your definition of true happiness?
Gratitude. Being grateful for what you have, who you have. So if you're able just to look at all the positive things, all the great things you have, you're going to light up from the inside out. You're going to be happy. You're going to be ecstatic, and and it propels you to get more of that. So happiness is gratitude. Just realizing where you are. It's just a crazy, amazing world, and there's so many truly fascinating people in it. And so just being grateful that you have them all. So.
Wow.
Well, I know this could be like this spiritual session a little bit. Great question.
I love it though. Oh my gosh. I'm so inspired actually.
Good. I'm glad. I just, it is. It's taking a really step back in life, and just I've had a really colorful life, and just seeing all different aspects of it, and just be able to take like that, 1,000-foot view, just kind of look at everything where you are, where you came from. So some things I wish I had figured out earlier because it would have saved me a hassle. But now I'm here. Yeah. And I know I'm really excited about it. I'm excited about everything, and it just makes some of the things too is really kind of bad. Is I don't watch the news often. I don't watch those things that are going to bring me down. And it's not because I'm trying to be ignorant of social issues. Because believe me, if it's important, I do find out about it.
Right.
But it's just that it makes you that kind of have that sense of like you get a guilt because you want to fix it, you want to make everything better. But if, as I said, if you start small, start with yourself, start with the people you interact with. I mean, if everyone did that, then we wouldn't have to worry about anything. But I mean, that's all you can do is control your world and yourself.
Right. Wow.
Well, I hope this helped you for your project. I hope it comes out amazing. I want to hear about it, so let me know how it goes.
I definitely will. Thank you so much for taking the time to let me interview you. I'm really thankful for that. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Have a good night.
You too.
Bye.
Bye.